Hey y'all, how y'all doing today? I am glad to be in the land of the living, guys. Really thankful to have another day, and thank God it's my Christmas holiday. I don't have to go to school for almost 2.5 weeks, so I am very excited about that. Very excited. So I'll be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So I might be going live sometimes during the day, just depending on if I have something I want to talk about, or sometimes I just don't even feel like talking. But I am so glad to be here today. I'm sorry I'm a little late. I started at 7. I said 7, then I changed it to 7:30. So hey, you know me, I'm always a little late. Hello, Diana, a beautiful name. Diana, glad that you came by. I appreciate you guys for coming through. Cheeky D, my girl Cece, everybody that comes in and that will come in, please press the like button. That means a lot. That puts me in the algorithm. And I'm trying to, at least by, I would say 2024, hopefully I can get to 1,000. What's up, Dome? It's good to see you, sweetie. Glad to have you guys in here. Make sure you press the like button. Press the like button. What's up, Bolo? Bolo, I might need you and Dome to come up here, give me a male perspective. And anybody else can come up as well, but I might no, we can talk a little bit about this. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, so anybody that wants to come up, you are more than welcome to come up. For some people that it's my first time seeing you, you might I might have to have you to cam up because I don't want to be porn bomb. I do not um want to be porn bombed. So I want to make sure I protect myself. Let me see. I'm gonna put this in the chat. And you guys are more than welcome. I'm also going to pin it as well. Trying to pin it. Make sure you press the like button. Let me push. Yeah, make sure you press. Hey Don, what's good? You gosh, I can't seem to. Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and pin this. Guess it's acting a little goofy today. Let me put it again. If you guys can get it, I don't know why it's not pinning. I really just don't know why. Hey Outlaw, what's good? Good. Glad you came by. Glad you came by. I think I pinned it in the link. Hey Gary, what's up, Tamika? I don't know why it's not. I don't know why my it's not pinning. It's pretty interesting. Uh, yeah, it's not pinning. I have no idea why. I have no idea why this darn link won't pin. But you guys see it. So if you would like to come up, you are more than welcome. Bolo. What's up, Bolo? Oh, he, let me make a quick little call. You're more than welcome to come up. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to take care of a little business. um Bolo, I trust that that is you. If not, I'm gonna
Yeah,
hear you.
that is me.
Hey, Bolo.
A bit of advice. I learned this. A good day to everybody in the chat. A good night, everybody. Salute to you, Selena.
Hmm.
Um, advice when you carry people up, you could click on guests, then click
Okay.
on yourself, and use your photo as the single layout, so you would be the only one seen on the screen while you have multiple people on. Try it right now.
Okay. You said, let me see.
Click on guests,
Click on guest. Okay, hold
and
on.
then click on your icon.
Let's see. Um,
Do you see single layout?
okay. Let me go to StreamYard. Single layout. Okay. Single layout.
Yeah, press that.
I see a ad layout.
Now, when do you own, like, did you pay for StreamYard?
Yes, I did.
Well, you're supposed to be good then. The advice I was gonna give you is for persons like myself that's using the free version.
Uh,
So you could put a layout, you could add layouts on your StreamYard, and you could use whatever one you want and put up
okay.
while people are talking, so they can't pour and bomb you if they're trying to do that.
Okay. Okay.
Right,
I'm
right.
gonna do it when I have a little bit more time. But
Yeah.
since I'm up here already, I'm gonna go ahead and keep going. Hello to everybody that came in. If you can, please press the like button. I really appreciate it. And I hope I spoke to Outlaw Gary, Tamika, Don. I hope I spoke to you guys and whoever else that comes in. Hello, hello, hello. I'm so glad you guys are here. Thank you, Bolo, for being a guest of mine right now. Um, can you carry the conversation? I have a call that just came through. So can you kind of carry the conversation just a little bit?
Yeah, I'll give you my perspective on
Okay.
the whole situation. First, I want to say, Russell, no smoke, bro. These hearts behind these icons don't mean ish. I ain't up here trying to slide in on your potential lady. She came up on my panel, so I just want to give her that same respect in terms of this topic.
Oh
But
Lord,
but
Bolo,
all
you didn't even have to say all
jokes,
that.
all jokes aside, yeah, I mean, I don't want to focus so much on the individual in
Hmm.
terms of him telling the truth or not, because I don't know.
Hmm.
But I will say this, that situations like that do happen in that industry. And what I want to focus on is, like, how can we prevent that from happening to our kids? Because there's also kids in that industry. So
Right.
if they coming at the men, grown heterosexual men like that allegedly, can
Hmm.
you imagine what they're doing to children? Can you
Mm.
imagine? So, like, how are parents going to empower themselves with the intelligence, and having the right people around them, so they could protect their child in that space? Do they
Exactly.
do they not put them in that space at all? That's a choice.
Mhm.
You could say, hey, I'm not going to send my kids to Hollywood, unless they're this certain age and they learn. But
Mhm.
then, people come from situations where they're not so fortunate financially, and this is why they get taken advantage of. So my thing
Right.
is, the larger issue is, our people needs to really really think about empowering ourselves and creating generational wealth. So, say for instance, your child wants to go into that field. He doesn't have to, but if he chooses
Mhm.
to, you could have the right counsel around them in terms of
Mhm.
legalities, in terms of, just using your third eye. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Right.
and using your discernment to figure people out, just by observing how they be moving, because you could tell. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you have the right discernment. So that was my
Take.
look at it, because I'm looking at the solution part of it, not so much. the story, because I think there's 1,000 or hundreds of thousand more stories like that in Hollywood.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And you are so correct, Bolo. I would like to say hello to Marissa. Hi, thank you for coming through, sweetie. Hey, Duke, thank you for coming through. Thank you, Angelo, Big Red, for coming through. It's good to see you guys. I want to talk to you a little bit about the definition called courageous, and is not deterred by danger or pain, brave. So that is the meaning of being courageous. And sometimes we see what I see what he did to me um is courageous to me. And the reason why I said that is because he is a he says he's a, hey realist, what's good? He said he is a heterosexual male, and he was allegedly sexually harassed by two billionaire men that wanted to, you know, to have I'm assuming some type of sexual relationship with him. And sometimes it's hard, I feel like, for men to have that Me Too movement because, as women, most men are taught to protect women. So we are seen as the weaker vessels. We are seen as someone that sometimes need a rescue, right? We're always, some of us have been victimized by men, being very maybe inappropriate towards us in some type of way. But when it's a man that goes through that, sometimes a man is ostracized because they're like, you're a man. Who gets sexually harassed as a man? That's what most people think. But men go through certain things too. And that's why it's not good to judge people. It's really not good to judge people, because just like women can be sexually harassed, so can men be. And I know some people like, well, he should have just got out of Hollywood and and did his own, and he did. He did a lot of different movies with different type of directors and stuff, but he encountered this a few years ago, and at the time he didn't want to talk about it then. Maybe he wasn't comfortable. Maybe he knew that people would look at him as if he's weird, or maybe they would think he may be, you know, uh, in the, I guess, not a. Some people would put him as, probably say, well, you probably was, accepting the advances or something like that. So he probably was felt ashamed, to come out and as a man to say, I have been sexually harassed by these two men. And plus, when some of those people like that are very powerful in the industry, they have a lot of strings to shut doors for you where otherwise that would be open. But if and I think he was saying, well, he started out doing some of Tyler Perry plays back in the day, maybe a few years ago. Then all of a sudden he stopped doing Tyler Perry. He stopped doing Tyler Perry. I think he was like he did different type of characters in his theater, theater performances, and he ended up not getting work after a situation happened. And I don't know if allegedly if Tyler Perry is one of the people that sexually harassed him, but it's kind of insinuating that he was one of the one man out of two that did some inappropriate advances towards Mr. Christian, from my understanding. And I'm just going to share a video with you. But I think it's courageous to me when people, knowing that they're going to get a lot of flack, and they do it anyway. They know that they're going to get a lot of naysayers. They know they're going to get even people rejecting them. He'll probably be on the Hollywood blacklist. I don't know if y'all remember when Monique kind of went through her thing with what was his name? Daniel, I forgot his name, but he was a director of Precious. I don't know if you remember Bolo, but it was him and Oprah and Tyler. And she kind of had some, choice words of how she felt. She felt unfair. She felt like they were unfair to her about, promoting her, Lee Daniels. Yeah, promoting her or giving her the same income, as another actor. And then she went through the thing with Netflix. So she had a lot of things that happened to her in the industry. And at one point, they kind of blacklisted her. And eventually they might do the same with Christian if they haven't already. Terry Crews also went through a situation with one of the Hollywood executives to where they were someone touched him inappropriately, and I'm surprised he didn't slap the mess out of punch that knocked him out, as big as he is. But he I think he kept it to himself, and then later on he kind of talked about it, that it does happen, and it does happen in industry. And Bolo, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
Yeah, I was just, waiting on you to land your plane. You know what I'm saying? This is your show, so I'm just trying to be
Go
respectful because I know I could go in too sometimes, but
ahead, I want you to.
you seem to be more informed about the situation around his career than I am.
Uh-huh.
I was informed about the story itself, and I listened and I decided to give a raw, kind of reaction to it live, and I
Uh-huh.
did that. And in terms of men coming out, the fact that he came out, I could just imagine how many other men allegedly are in the same situation that he is in that
Exactly.
particular workplace, if it's true. You understand?
Right.
Because he said that he was offered $100,000 just to take off his clothes. He didn't want to touch him. He just wanted to see him naked. I'm like, whoa,
Yeah. I'm like, my
this is
God.
you. That's the type of money you got thrown around, and that's how much you want to see another man. Like, listen, man. Hey,
That's
that's their
it.
thing. That's their thing. Hey, have with it. But for heterosexual men, I think that we need to be in a position of power to protect ourselves from things like that, and that means you have to have some type of morals and ethics and code you live by, so you never sell out your integrity for cash. You
Mhm.
should not be able to be bought. And a lot of these men in these types of situations are easily bought, and that's
Yeah.
sad. But there comes in the importance of parenting and having both parents in the home, and something that I always harp on. And ladies out there that's trying to take away your spouse from your child situation, don't do that. It doesn't matter if you guys don't see eye to eye. Just understand that that child needs their father. It's not
Mhm.
about you. Take your feelings out of it. uh, it's a tough world. You're a grown individual. Stick your emotions in the sand, man.
Right.
In terms of men just like being open about stuff like that, man. Listen, if I'm in that situation, first off, bruh, if you come at me like that, you probably gonna get your face smashed in. I'm sorry.
Right.
You probably not gonna live through that. I'm not invoking no violence. I'm just saying for me, hell
Right.
no. You know what I'm saying? And fortunately, I've never been in a situation like that in the workplace because it wouldn't have ended well. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I wouldn't have definitely not be coming out and telling nobody about nothing either. It's just
Yeah.
straight action, you heard? And that's
Right.
what most men is gonna do anyway. Hell no,
Right.
what? Man, you can't walk amongst the boys after that, man. You crazy.
Right.
It's
And
not
see,
the same, man.
that's probably how he was feeling too, because that he probably wasn't gonna say anything about it. And I believed a friend of his Claudia Jordan, at the time he told her. and she told him, you need to say something about this. And this was like years ago. So, and he didn't say anything. So I don't know what made him decide, I'm going to go ahead and speak on it. Cause like I said, the men that I know, they would have just smashed his head in and kept it moving, and that would have been all she wrote. But
Yeah.
but I'm assuming because he did want to work in Hollywood, he was kind of playing it safe, I would say, maybe.
Well, what he said is that he was recording, having tapes of his alleged sexual advancements verbally, just in case he tried to stop, him working in the industry. So
Hmm.
he basically had like a pen or something, or a pen that could, when his phone was off, he could record like 8 hours of, conversation. And I think
Right.
that, that's pretty neat. I'm waiting on the facts to come out. I want to see the police report. I want to hear these tapes.
Me
Because
too.
when I was listening to him, I have to admit, like, I'm like, there was a part I was like, bruh, come on, man. Like, it seems like you were into this type of stuff a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like maybe he was allegedly just like, because his money is now being affected, this is how he's coming out. But to CC's point, he did say it's not about the money, and the statute of limitations. He waited for it to expire, and that's why he's saying it's not about the money. I don't understand none of that stuff. This is what I'm saying. I'm waiting on the facts,
Hey,
and
Captain
and,
Wolf.
and you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah,
But
and now I'm curious about hearing those tapes as well. Though not tapes, but those recordings, because I want to know who it was, to be honest with you. I'm just nosy like that. And I want to know what was said, because to me it's almost unbelievable. But people do go.
yeah, ladies always want the tea, man.
Mhm. And
Ladies always like that drama.
with me being a woman, a born natural woman. I had to say that in this day and time because these
Yes,
people are
Lord.
nuts.
Thank God for y'all.
Uh, yeah, I experienced a lot of inappropriate comments by some male supervisors or male coworkers. I was never one of those people. I could kind of let a person know, hey, kind of chill out. And that was all that was done. I wasn't one of those people that always stayed up in HR. I'm just going to say that when it came to men saying certain things that maybe I deem as inappropriate. But I think most of the time, if you have conversations with people, be like, hey, I'm not okay with that, and they kind of understand and they just, move on and stop the inappropriateness. But there is some women that do have experienced that, and they'll go to that. They stay in the human resources, and maybe reporting some men, because nobody deserves to be. You feel like someone's harassing you in some type of way. No one deserves that, especially if it's not warranted. But
Right.
I guess with me, I'm just different. I feel like I can have a conversation with you. Now, if you just a blatantly a fool and you want to keep doing what you're doing, hey Sherry, what's good? You want to keep doing what you're doing, then of course, go to human resources then or report it. But other than that, I usually just talk to the guys and just let them know, hey, I'm kind of uncomfortable with that. You saying that to me. So if you can, please stop. And it's done.
Right.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
hey, I can't stay long with you. Again, Russell, no smoke, my brother. So,
stop
respect.
this fella.
I'm just passing through talking about the topic. I ain't even trying to go at, and I'm being as much respectful to the situation as possible.
Fella, are
You know
you
what I mean?
crazy?
Hey, man, Russell, my bro, man, I don't want no smoke, you heard? Hey, salute to Rare Money as well, man. Salute to you guys.
Y'all are
You know what
crazy,
I'm
man.
saying? Yeah, my brother. Salute to Double Speaks. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the chat. Keep doing your thing, Selena. Hey, I'm out, man.
And y'all
Peace.
check Bolo out. I don't know if you guys can put Bolo's channel in the chat. Sub up to Bolo, the greatest. Bolo's giving me a hard time. What's up, Kevin? Good to see you. I remember I interviewed at a job and I flirted with the interviewing manager and got the job. Okay, it works for some people. It really does. Um, like I said, with me, I've never had an issue as far as a person to keep doing something if I ask them to stop. It's usually taken care of once um, you know, tell the person, hey, I don't like that or whatever, So, I'm gonna just share this, but make sure you guys put Bolo's chat. I said chat. Put his information in the chat so that people can sub up to him. He's a really cool guy. Bolo wants to give me a hard time, but that's okay. He's probably out there looking at somebody else tonight. There's so much going on in these YouTube streets. I'm gonna show you. This is Miss Layla. I love Miss Layla. She's a very good YouTuber, and I want you guys to look at this. She's covered just a little bit. The video is just 8 minutes and 40 seconds. So, I'll cut in and cut out. Yeah. So, this is fair use. And yeah, fair use.
He's known for his work in Tyler Perry plays and movies, had the internet in shambles when he made allegations that a Black billionaire businessman had made unwanted advances toward him and actually attempted to assault him. And now everybody, of course, is thinking that the person is Tyler Perry. That's what everyone is thinking. And people are actually even coming out and confirming it. But at this point, Christian Keys has actually liked a tweet saying that that person doesn't believe it's Tyler Perry. So he's not clearing anything up. And we're going to get into the details of what is going on in this video. But first, if you're watching this channel and you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And everyone, click the thumbs up button. All right, you guys. So this is Christian Key's Twitter. And if you look at his likes, this is a like that's getting a lot of people's attention. It's a comment from someone saying, watching Christian Keys and can tell he's clearly a victim. Only $3,000 to his name and violated by a gay billionaire. And no, I don't believe it was TP. I wish Christian would have taken action. That man will still have his money and good name, and Christian will remain broken. And so this is tweeted on December 16th, and Christian Keys liked the tweet. So this is causing havoc because so many people believe that it was Tyler Perry. And the fact that he liked the tweet of someone saying that they don't believe it was Tyler Perry makes it seem like Christian may be trying to clear Tyler Perry's name. So
why don't people just say, tell us who it is? I'm just nosy.
When the blogs picked it up, like shout out to the Neighborhood Talk picked it up and they said, looks like Tyler might be in the clear because Christian Keys liked this tweet. And Christian Keys actually responded on their post and said, with the looking eyes, if I say who it is, it will break y'all's hearts. So to me, it still makes me feel like it's Tyler Perry. He may have liked this tweet for another reason. He may have agreed with something else, some other sentiment that the woman shared. But just because he liked the tweet, in my opinion, doesn't mean it's not Tyler Perry, because the fact that he keeps saying if he says who it is, it will break y'all hearts. I do believe if it's Tyler Perry, a lot of women, especially Black church-going women who follow him, will be heartbroken.
Yes, honey, they will be heartbroken because Tyler Perry is known for doing I call him, it's not it could be like a chitlin circuit back in the day when he would go from state to state doing these little church plays, and you have the women in the church and everybody singing on the stage, and everybody's talking about God, and so he had that kind of thing going on in his plays. And some of those people in the church, boy, the whole church will buy tickets just to go to one of his plays. They really supported Tyler Perry, so they would be devastated to know maybe that the person that they looked up to as a strong Christian heterosexual male is, asking another man and to take off his clothes or whatever. So it's gonna be a shock to some people, to normal people. Well, I ain't gonna say normal people, but that people that actually know about Hollywood and know about how some of the world works with the people in the industry. We are not surprised because we hear too many stories and they sound very similar. They're just different people. So none of this should surprise people, but it does, some people that are naive to this entertainment world.
But I also feel like if it's not Tyler Perry, he just needs to come out and say that clearly. At this point, it's starting to become like a guessing game, and it's not cute to me. The guessing game aspect of this is not cute. And I feel
Mhm.
like since he made the statement, at this point, making comments like if I say who it is, it'll break your hearts. It's kind of like teasing. And I just feel like don't do that. Don't do that. Don't tease people. Don't like tweets saying that it's not Tyler Perry. If it is Tyler Perry, if it's not Tyler Perry, just say it's not Tyler Perry. I do feel like he should clear things up at this point because it's causing confusion. But I do want to know what y'all think. Leave a comment and let me know what y'all think about him liking the tweet of the person saying that, yes, they can tell he's a victim. They can see that he was violated by a gay billionaire. They believe it, but they don't think it was Tyler Perry. Do you think this is his attempt to clear Tyler Perry's name? Leave a comment and share your thoughts. And I also wanted to talk about this, you guys. A lot of people are talking about DeAndre Whitfield's comment on Christian Key's post. DeAndre Whitfield, Claudia Jordan, a couple people commented with some interesting things to say when Christian Keys made his live video and revealed that he had been harassed and assaulted by multiple people in the industry. DeAndre
What?
Whitfield.
Do y'all remember this guy? He played on the Cosby shows as Denise. I think it was Denise boyfriend, little boyfriend. Back in the day, on the Cosby Show, he played in Queen Sugar. He played in a variety of different movies. Him and his wife are actors and an actress, and they both are very. They've been in the industry for like forever. And he's been, like I said, he's been a child star basically. And I think his first acting role was on the Cosby Show. And he also went through something kind of similar to Christian, so he can actually relate to how Christian feels, and how sometimes you have to keep quiet because it could make you look like a weak man. It could make you like that you are playing on the other team, and when you say that you're heterosexual. So there's a lot of different stigmas when men speak out, and I don't know why. I think it's because we think that men are supposed to be strong, and what makes them not strong if they speak up. I think that's the strongest thing, the courageous thing to do, to tell the truth on what happened, so that you can help other people, so that they don't go down the same path, or they know what to do if something like that happens to them.
Left a comment and said, y'all don't want to have this conversation. If we told y'all about y'all heroes and sheroes, it would break y'all like they try to break us. And I feel like that's an interesting statement right there. Like they try to break us. And he said, but now let's see if our people have the same energy when men are the targets of sexual harassment, sexual intimidation, and assault. Let's see if we're more interested in protecting the people or celebrating the powerful. And then he added, and why is it always the ones who talk about how God informs their decisions in life? Shaking my head. So again, it sounds like he also believes that it's Tyler Perry, because if you look at the black billionaires, the main one that talks about God informing his life is Tyler Perry. He went on to say, at Christian Keys, you are my brother, and I support you in the truth. Claudia Jordan. Claudia Jordan also left a comment, and she revealed that he had actually already told her about this years ago. He said, you shared a piece of this with me when we first met maybe 15 years ago, and said one day you would come forward. So, for whatever reason, when he first met Claudia Jordan, he felt comfortable sharing this 15 years ago. But now he's just now bringing it to the public. And she said, and you did. And Christian Keys, I am so proud of you. Do not beat yourself up for waiting. It's hard, especially as a man. I know it's scary and embarrassing and uncharted territory, but you did it.
Just like I was saying, don't y'all think any man, kind of like Bolo was saying, you keep that kind of stuff to yourself, you know? Don't you think that's embarrassing for a man to, bring forth to the public about something like this happening to them? Like that's just the same as like when a man, when he was a young boy, when he was a little boy, he was sexually assaulted by another man. Most men don't like talking about things like that because it's embarrassing. Men are always taught to be seen as being strong, as being the leader. And when things like this happen to them, to maybe make other people question their sexual orientation, or to question, if they are weak or strong, they're a weak person, saying they're a weak person instead of them being seen as a strong person, to being able to endure that and get through it, you know, it's still embarrassing sometimes for a man. And so it takes a lot for a man to tell anybody anything, because men don't trust easily. I used to always hear, and this is a kind of going another way, so I'm not going to go too far into it, but it's not that, now there's some men and women out here, they are more like robots. They just want sex and money. But most people that are normal and have and empathetic and sympathetic to other human beings, and that are emotionally intelligent, they know how to relate to other human beings. And what I mean by that is, we understand that certain things men may feel and women may feel differently. And a man, it's not that some men cannot be in love with someone. It just, for them, it takes they have to know that they can trust you. They don't fall easily in love with someone like maybe a woman would, and in this day and age, women are totally different too. But um a man does love. It just may take, he just doesn't, it's not easily done with him, as a woman can, endure, and and be with someone and accept someone. Like, think about it. You cheat on a man. I'm going somewhere with this. You cheat on a man, and the man, he leaves you. He don't ever forgive you. A woman sometimes can be cheated on, and she will maybe give him another chance, and maybe another chance and another chance. It just depends on the woman for the most part, and most time it depends on the man too. But for the most part, you usually see men, if they are cheated on by a woman that they love, they have to really, be in love with them. They usually can't deal with it. They usually can't, you know get in a relationship back with that woman. And that's just the difference sometimes with men and women. Even though we have a lot of commonalities, we do have some differences that sets us apart, biologically and emotionally. And I think to an extent, men are taught to be strong and the leader and a hero. That's what they're taught to be. They're taught to be a hero. Little boys, when they grow up, they want to be Superman. They want to be Batman. They want to be some type of hero icon. So when things happen to them, when they are violated, it takes a lot of courage just to say that I have been violated. Yes, I am a man, but I have been violated. That takes, I believe, to me, courage to not only accept, but to tell other people that this is what has happened.
I will stand with you on this as your friend because I know it's true, because this is the same vibe and tone and story you shared from 2008, I believe. Congratulations to you for not going along to get along and being able to look at yourself in the mirror as you shape
Hey,
your morning.
atmosphere.
Other men and women will be saved and feel heard because of your bravery. Love your friend. Now, I do agree with her last sentiment. The same way Cassie inspired a lot of people, I do believe Christian Keys is going to inspire a lot of people, especially men, to be more open about harassment and assault that they've also went through. Tammy Roman also left an interesting comment. She said, Christian, I've been around you several times, and you are such a light who walks with integrity and peace. I'm sorry if you've experienced this, but I commend your bravery. In this instance, your bravery is selfless and will protect so many who could go through this after you. You are the person with the strength and protection from God to handle this journey. That's why, as you stated, it's a difficult decision. It's been heavy on you, but you feel overwhelmingly compelled to speak on it. That's God saying it's time and to step out, for He will be with you. Just know when there's a Goliath in front of you, there's a David inside of you. My prayers are with you as you heal from this trauma. You guys leave a comment. Let me know what you think about these people, his friends, and how they're reacting to the situation, specifically DeAndre Whitfield. As
Now, DeAndre Whitfield, as we know, is a man, so it's good to hear other men speak up for other men. Women, we are emotional, so we're gonna be more sympathetic to something like this because of what maybe some of us have been through with other men. So, but for a man to have experienced the same thing and to say that, brother, I'm with you. What you did was empowering. It's going to help other people. That is a good thing. That's a blessing. So I'm glad that he did come out to support Christian. Like I said, I'm not going to be on here long. I just want to talk a little bit about it. Gary, if you would like to come up, you're more than welcome. I know Atmosphere is not going to come up, but you're more than welcome to come up. I'll put the link in the chat again because for some apparent reason I cannot pin it, and I have no idea why. Let's see. I mean, some men, they're like, I want you to harass me, especially if they're attracted to you. But for the most part, no one wants to feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody wants to feel that way. Is there any way that anybody can pin my link up here? Because this is really interesting that they have it now to where I cannot pin it. And I just think that is just so weird. It used to not be that difficult. I'm gonna start a poll. Do you think what Christian did by telling other people, telling us what happened to him in the industry, do you think it will save other people? Save other actors? I'm just curious. That's something that I want to know, because I think the next thing that's going to come out is they're going to have to he's going to have to tell who exactly he's talking about. I'm going to put the poll in the chat, see what y'all think about that. I'm just curious. Do y'all think that what he's done by being courageous and telling, because hey, Capital C, what's good? I work in the bushes. Yes, you do. I know. What's up, Capital C? I'm glad that you came by to visit me. I really am thankful. Oh, thank God. I finally can pin it. Yay. I pinned my link finally. It's acting a little crazy. What y'all think about that? Please answer the poll. I'm going to share another video with you. But it's a lot of stuff that is happening in the world that, hey, Professor, what's good? Good to see you. I find it very interesting. But I told you guys, this is the year of exposure. What I mean by that, a lot of stuff, a lot of people that y'all think are good, a lot of people that have been getting away with stuff, it's gonna be coming to an end this coming year. And I don't know why I feel that way, but it just is. It's gonna be a lot more things exposed as well. Um, even by people you like, people you don't like. It's gonna be a year. I can tell you that.
Back with you. Please forgive my sins, my short. As
Okay.
powerful as they are, to
Let me know if you guys can hear it. I'm just gonna play a little
get in
bit
the
of
way
it.
of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them.
And most what he said, if you guys can hear him, he has recordings of them offering him money to take his clothes off. They have recordings of, he has recordings of them, just giving him wanting to give him large sums of, money and stuff like that. And most men, I mean, even if he was a homosexual man or a heterosexual man, they, depending, they gonna think that's inappropriate. They don't care how much it is. They don't know you, and why would they be doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, even with me being a woman, if a man that I'm supposed to be working for, and he, calls me into the I forgot the calling not the calling cast, but it's something when they call, when you go to the producer's office or something. I forgot what they call it. But anyway, I'm going to not a producer, but I'm going to meet a director. I'm an actress, and I'm going into meeting a director. He's telling me about a movie, how he thinks I'm great for the movie. Casting room, yes, okay. For some apparent reason, when I see him start talking, my brain leaves. Um, but when you're in the casting room, then the director, he comes in there, he closes the door. He's like, Selena, I really like your acting skills. I love your headshots. I think you can go a long way in Hollywood. You have what it takes. You have the it factor. And he said, I would just love to maybe take you out and casting couch. Yeah, I almost said that, but then I said, I might not, that's not, maybe not the right word. Um, I would like to take you out. And I say, okay, well, does this are we discussing the film and what my character, what you need from the character and all of this? I'll be asking questions like that. And he like, oh yeah. So I go to the dinner, and it's me and him. He's the director telling me about what he wants, how he wants the character to be portrayed, how he wants, me to really grasp the character so that I can play the part, and what he wants to do in the film and stuff like that. So and then we start talking about that, and then later on that night, and he'll say, I thank you so much for having this dinner with me, but I it is something I would love for you to do. And I was like, okay, what what's going on? We talked about what you wanted in your film, how you wanted the the character to be portrayed? What else is it that you want to kind of give me some more constructive criticism or some guidance? And he'll be like, well, yeah, I would. I actually like to know, it's, you're just such a beautiful woman. I would love to maybe take a picture of you and maybe with some lingerie. I'm gonna be like, what? Does this have something to do with, I'll be like, this has something to do with the film? Like, what do you need a picture of lingerie? And then he'll be like, well, it's just, I would like to have it as a portrait, just something, that I can remember you by, and I can just keep something of you or something. I'm like, I'll be thinking, this brother, this person is weird. Like, no. But then if you're broke, if you're an actor and you are broke, right? You don't have any money. You went to Hollywood or New York on a whim. Your folks didn't want you to go, and you go up there trying to make everybody else a liar because you said that you were going to be famous one day and you were going to make it. And then you're faced with a decision that you have to make. You don't have any money. You have no money in the bank. You're too prideful to ask your family for anything. You're broke. What do you do? See, this is what we can all say what we wouldn't do. Now, some things I know definitely, yeah, that's not my thing. So no, that's a no-go. But if you're in a position and you are desperate, see, this is how people get caught up. This is how people get caught up in situations that they end up regretting because of desperation, because of pride, and I'm trying to prove a point. So fortunately, because of what Christian, he did have some integrity that he did not lower himself to expose himself. And this is allegedly. Okay. So that says a lot. That says that he has some type of moral compass, that he's just, even though he's in a situation, he's not going to allow that situation to make him make the bad decisions. I'll just say that. Y'all tell me if I talk too much, because I feel like sometimes I do.
I have recordings of them confessing that, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above. And the difference is, the wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police, because sexual harassment is a crime. Attempted sexual assault is a felony. And Tams, you literally just asked, why do we as Black people have to deal with that? But sometimes it's our own people. Sometimes it's our own heroes. Sometimes it's the very people we deify. And we look up like, oh, they're doing so much. They're doing so much. No, they're also doing this.
Okay. Thank you, Professor.
And my only reservation about naming the people, there was directors along the way like, hey, you read for this, that, and the other. You want to come back up to the apartment? I'm like, nah, I'm good. You got my headshot, my resume, and I'm good. If I can handle that or not. I can kill that, but I don't need to come up to your apartment. We already had the audition. There's other people that I want to say everything, and my brother was like, nah, not yet. I want to tell it on the mountain, over the hills, and everywhere. I want to speak on it. And the good news is that they don't even have to believe me. Hopefully they would, but even if they don't, they can hear this person. Since sexual harassment started, I've carried many recorder devices on me, keychains, pens, thumb drives with a charged battery that get 6, 7, 8 hours, all the above. So I have the conversations. I really want to air that shit out because it bothers me when I'm alone at night. Like, man, the world is celebrating this person and they don't even know the shady and predatory way in which this person moves.
Who y'all think it is? There's a very few billionaires. Who do y'all think that, and black millionaires at that? I mean billionaires at that. So it leaves very few choices. You know. Now Bill Cosby, they I don't know if y'all remember that a few years ago, maybe what 3 or 4 years ago. Um Bill Cosby was in a lot of heat, from years of supposed allegedly drugging drugging women and raping them, while they were unconscious, I think, allegedly. He went through a lot of heat at 80 something years old, and he was one of the, he was the father, Bill Cosby. I mean, that was like the Hustables. How can you pronounce that? The Cosby Show. I forgot what they call them, their last name, but it's Hustables, I think. Hustables. One was the doctor, one was the lawyer. That he was like the American's father, or father's America, whatever. He was the ideal of what a black father should look like in some capacity, And when people, really put him in a pedestal, and then when that situation happened and he was so old, it's like, wow. And I think the statute of limitations for some of those cases were expired. I don't know if all of them, but most of them were, because they were so many years. And I don't know the statute of limitation. Is it 15 years? I'm not certain. If somebody knows that, can you put that in the chat? But I wonder about that. Like, who did he just do women, or did he do it? Like, it's a lot of different stuff that people be doing that have money, and they think they're invincible. And even some people that don't have money, they have that whole kind of, being like they're invincible. They can get away with everything. Hey, Juicy, what's good? So, I don't know. We're just talking about Christian Keys, and I'm talking about how it really took bravery and for him to, as a man, come out and say that this happened to him. And it takes a lot for a man to tell people about things that are, that could make him look a certain way. Men are, like I said, always taught to be strong and be leaders. So when things like this happen to them, and it's by another man and they're heterosexual, it puts a stigma sometimes on men, and they don't feel comfortable with, expressing or telling other people what happened to them. That's what we're talking about today, Juicy.
And the way that, predators resent the prey that gets away.
Right.
So when you don't say yes, when you don't say, okay, I'll acquiesce and,
I put the link in the chat if anybody
literally
wants
and
to come up.
figuratively play ball. Because if we're not doing that, they resent you. this is a conversation we're going to have, and we're going to have soon, because
Hey,
it
Sickums.
bothers me in my spirit that I can forgive people. That's one thing.
Hey, April.
But yeah, Pete, we don't play ball. That's my brother in there. And he knows the real deal. He knows the who. I'm good. Somebody said, you don't look okay. I'm okay. I have peace. I'm literally strategically planning my next 8 moves. I'm good. God got me because he was watching when I was offered these opportunities and I didn't say yes. I didn't sell my soul or my ass. Excuse my French, y'all. I know some of y'all, hopefully y'all don't have no kids around, but I didn't sell nothing for success. It's like, nah, that's not what I want. You know, I ain't into that. I ain't into dudes. I got an only beard in the bed policy. Mine is the only beard in the bed.
I know that's right.
We ain't doing none of that. I don't get on like that. And these people kept on for years. Sexual harassment is a crime. Attempted sexual assault is a felony. And where I'm at now is that in the middle of the night, I think about if I'm brave enough to name the person. I'll take a polygraph live. I'll take 5 polygraphs live. And I'll pass all of them because it's the truth. This person is a predator and he's one of several. And it's a shame, man. But I think it's time. I want to, and I know, P, I know you're on here. I want to say everything now. And I have proof. It's not like I'm just making false accusations. I intentionally let the statute of limitations expire. It's not about money.
Hey, the queen.
But I'm going to have to take the receipts, the recordings down to the police department and let them hear this individual. I wasn't working for him in the month and the year that he showed up to my apartment and offered me $100,000 to take my clothes off.
My
He
goodness.
said, I don't even need to touch you. I just want to see you naked. I declined because, again, scenic group. I got my integrity with me. I'll take the long way around. But being that I wasn't working with him and we were in my apartment, he had visited my apartment to offer me a job of this fall because the lead of this particular project was going to do something else. So he needed another lead. I recorded it because I didn't trust him. And I had told him over and over. And he still always tried shit. Just tried shit.
Mm-hmm.
So if people don't believe me, they can hear him in his voice. I have always kept something on me. Always. Even if my phone is off. Something else is, if I'm around somebody that has tried to sexually harass me, pressure me, intimidate me into some nonsense, I've always kept something on me so I can protect myself, because if they're that powerful and they feel that entitled, then they can also try to get in the way of your work. I want to speak on it. I also want to keep making great things and creating jobs and opportunities. But Oh no, I got backups for the backups for the backups for the backups. I've watched way too many Jason Bourne movies not to have 15 backups. I can press play and you can hear the person and you'll know immediately who the person is that's offering me 100 grand a strip.
Hmm.
You'll know right away and it'll break your heart. I won't have to say the person's name, but I can and I will. I don't mind doing a polygraph or 3 or 5 on live TV, and I'll pass all of them because it's the truth. This industry is something else. It's wonderful, and we get to chase our dreams, and we get to live
Hey,
other
D,
lives. I
what's
get to be a
good?
judge or an FBI agent. I get to be a girl dad.
Please press the like button
And
as you
some of the
come in.
people that you think are your mentors are literally and figuratively just trying to fuck you.
Wow.
I have documentation from the dealership for the car that they tried to buy as an apology for offering me 100 grand a strip. It's time. I really want to just clear the air because I'm tired. And then where I'm at now, it's if it still feels like that person is fucking with you just to fuck with you, just to mess with you. The industry can be wonderful. I'm grateful. Be clear that this person showed me how not to be. When I'm a boss, people get daps and church hugs. The attractive women that work on even on my shows, my productions, they get daps and church hugs. That's it. Because this person showed me how not to be when I'm in charge and when I built something and when I created something. I hear you, Pernell. I'm gonna be cool. I'm gonna dial it back. You get on my nerves because I know you're right, but it's in my fucking bone marrow and I'm tired of this person gallivanting around doing these PR stunts. Oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna do that. Well, then speak on if you gonna have.
Do y'all, I know he's a good actor, but I really don't believe the man is lying. I'm just going to be honest with you. Why would he lie about something like this? This is embarrassing for a man to have to even talk about this.
We're gonna have a conversation, y'all, really soon.
Right. The
Really,
queen.
really soon.
The queen. Me too.
Really soon. And I thank God that he made me the way that I am. Because I know he sat back and watched, like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you going to acquiesce and take this movie that's going to make 60, 70, $80 million? Are you going to take this picture? Are you going to go to that late night audition, that late night table read? No, you ain't built me like that. I'm been beat, shot at, stomped out more than most of the people that are here on this live put together. P, I'm going to call you in a minute. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to air it out, but I'm so fucking close because I'm tired. I'm tired. And it needs to be told. And the bad part is I'm going to be painted as the villain when I was the one that was sexually harassed for years, bullied,
Hey, Brian.
and sexually harassed for years. And I'm going to be painted as the
Wow.
because y'all have deified this person.
Believe him. Dudes will try. That's right.
And then if a person tells you over and over, first of all, in general, you have no right to touch anybody. None. None. Now, that's why I'm careful, like when I do my shows and everything.
And that's and Brian said something very interesting. He said, "You believe him because you know dudes will try you." I've had, well, I've heard of, men that I know that they said that other men have tried, uh, to, give them a, I guess, not a choice, but they asked, maybe if they, you know, date men or if they, would show themselves and stuff like that. Like it was, my cousin, I don't know if I can say that, but I have a cousin, that knew a guy, one of her guy friends, that somebody we know was dating this person that we know and that we're close to. And the guy seemed like he was, he had heterosexual, he had a baby with this young lady. And when he had he also was he was DMing, other men, and this other man in particular that he DM'd, he's heterosexual. So he was telling my, hey Keith, what's good? He was telling my cousin, man, I don't know why this guy is DMing me. I'm heterosexual. And he was saying that the guy was saying, he wanted to hook up with him. So, but he comes across like he's a heterosexual man, and he has a child with this young lady that we all know, and it's really kind of heartbreaking because it's like, you a DL and you leading this woman on, she thinking that you're gonna marry her one day. And I don't, neither one of us, I ain't saying jack because I don't really know if I should say anything. And my cousin's not going to say anything, but we just because, sometimes some people will blame you when, you tell them certain information, they'll blame you for it. So I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what to do when it comes to, you know, trying to help people, because sometimes when you try to help people it actually turns against, they end up turning against you, and you're trying to help them, then they think you being messy. So I just say, well, I just leave alone, let her kind of figure it out, I guess. um you're right, Brian. And I think that's what the guy was saying to my cousin, that the guy was fishing, asking him certain questions, but the guy knew that he was trying to insinuate something a little bit more than let's just hang out as, as bros and go shoot a pool or something. It was more like, he wanted to see what he was about. And that was like, okay. So it's a little bit more than that. So I'm gonna leave it alone because, like I said, you try to help people, they think you being messy. So I'm like, I'm leaving that alone. So um but men will try you, long story short. um and they will try other men as well. And that's just point blank. So Brian is very correct. He said they ask certain fishing questions to see your response. So I guess to see if you're down with the get down. Um, I got that. I got that from my 80-year-old mentor. She's 80 years old, and she said I get down with the get down. So I don't even know what that means, but I just thought it was cute to say. So I'm gonna play a little bit, and then I'm gonna go to the next.
It says church hugs. I put the veils on and I kiss people on the hair up here. Nothing sexual, nothing weird, nothing crazy. And I'm trusting that, the fans will receive that out of a place of love and connection. But you are not allowed to touch somebody without their permission. Not allowed to try to touch them in a sexual or private place without their permission. And if they've already declared, like, hey, bruh, I get that that's your thing, but I like black women and Hennessy. And so miss me with the bullshit, because I'm never going to be open to that. I'm never going to swing at that pitch. Like I'm batting for this team over here. God made ovaries and fallopian.
Why why does society have it to where men can't be victims? Is it because they are deemed to be seen as being strong and not having any weaknesses? Why is it that they can't have things that happen to them just like with women? I'm just curious about that. Y'all insight about it. But men go through things too. And men go through things to where they feel like they have been mistreated or been um, violated. Yeah, they go through stuff too. And I think we sometimes, society forgets that because we look at certain people and certain, we look at different, look at each other like, you have to be strong. You can't be weak. You a man. You a man. That's and we put people on pedestals sometimes. But we all are people, and we all feel, and we all hurt, and we all go through things.
Tubes and vagina, labia majora, labia minora, uterus. It's just wonderful over here. So I'm gonna stay over here, like chill. And then this person still tries to grab you, physically grab you.
Tried to grab his penis.
Cassie speaking out has given me, has reminded me about not just me, because it was brutal going through it, because it lasted for years. But her speaking out, people need to know. And the funny thing
What
is,
the hell?
predators like that,
I'm sorry.
they resent.
Funny. Hey J990. It says Christian Keys, let me put this up here, is pandering to dark skinned women while never being seen with one. And his loudest supporter is Jason Lee and Claudia. Oh, okay. He says Cassie and Keys are damsels in distress. Thank you for your opinion. I appreciate it. But is there a chance that they actually could be victims? He says they're both a colorist. Now J90 or J990, how did you come up with that? That they're colorist because they are light skinned. I'm not, because I had people to put me as a colorist and I'm not. So how did you come up with that? You said and Keys is upset that Tyler is blackballing him and stole the ATQM. No, Claudia too. Okay. Okay, juicy fruit. Okay. Okay, that's pretty interesting. We all have all the Queen's men. I've never seen that show, and I said that I was going, since I have some time, I'm off for the Christmas holiday. I'm definitely going to be looking at the Queen's men because I have BT Plus and I have not looked at it yet. I've always been kind of curious about it. So, in all the Queen's men, is it just light skinned men in the show that's dancing? Is it you said, and Tyler bought it? Tyler fired him. Okay. I'm gonna have to research that. They said they tried to take advantage of men who are tough financial situations. Yeah, and see, that was the thing that I talked about earlier. Christian was a writer. Oh, okay. I talked about it earlier where I said that when you're in a situation where you have no money and basically you got all you have is your pride, and your desperation will get you in some stuff that you didn't plan on being in, I would say. Christian has worked with Tyler from 2005 to 2015. So J 990, after 2015, did he still work with Tyler Perry? Because I heard that you said that Tyler bought All the King's Men. So I'm just kind of confused because he said that at one point he was in the plays, in Tyler Perry's plays, and then all of a sudden he stopped doing Tyler Perry plays and he couldn't get into any kind of other, any other kind of plays or any other, work was really hard for him to find. So, because I'm assuming maybe somebody told, them not to hire Christian. Thank you, Sickums. He said, Christian was a lead in Tyler's funded his projects and movies. Okay, so he did. It was a deal with BET. Christian was voluntary relationship with Tyler. Oh Lord, volatile. I'm kind of curious. So, was it like a lover's quarrel or what? I'm Tyler clearly enjoyed being around light-skinned men who gave roles to. Christian was jealous. He was the head be in charge anymore like before. Okay, you said Cece said, I thought he didn't offer enough money for BET. Who didn't offer enough money, Tyler or Christian? That's interesting. Well, you gave me another perspective. I don't know. He didn't buy BET. Oh, Tyler Perry. So Tyler Perry didn't buy BET. Okay, he doesn't own BET. His terms wasn't agreed upon. And you're talking about Tyler Perry. So Christian and Tyler Perry had a volatile relationship. Maybe it was a personality difference. I'm not sure what it was. Christian tried to get the ATQM bought out by Tyler by Robert Smith. That's the other billionaire friend. So J990, so you don't believe that Robert Smith or Tyler Perry made advances towards Christian? Do you believe that he's making this story up because he, fell out with him? I'm just curious. You said I'm spilling tea. You sure are, because I had no idea. But I'm definitely gonna watch All Queen's Men this while I'm out. Tyler was in a sexual relate. Oh my, for 13 years. Oh I know you lying. What the hell is going on? Just like the other men. Check DeAndre Whitfield, who Tyler Perry used and threw away. Okay, I know he's married to Sally Whitfield. I don't know what the hell's going on. Line that Tyler sleeps with talent. So Tyler Perry, I'm assuming, allegedly is a gay man, and that's his prerogative. I don't have nothing to say about that, but I know he was in a relationship with a female and had a child, but you're saying he's had relationships with Christian and with Robert. Robert sleeps with men. So does Tyler. Wow. Now I kind of knew that. I said I don't care how he tried to act like he had a girlfriend that she was a beautiful Ethiopian woman and had that child. I'm like, honey, I know you still like men because I remember, and I'm gonna see that documentary. He has one on Prime, actually. I think it's called Maxine's Baby or something like that, where he's talking about how he grew up. But I remember she's barely speaks English, just a breeder. Yeah, because I know she's from Ethiopia. But I remember him saying that when he was younger, when he was on Oprah was interviewing him, and he said that he was molested by, I don't know if it was his uncle or it was some man in the family or some man that was friends with the family. He was molested by that man. And hey, Diana, and he grew up struggling with his sexual identity because of that. And that was a real struggle for him because I believe he wanted to be attracted to women, but he was prone more to men than women, from my understanding. Bob owns All Black, and I watched that too. Bob, aka Robert, okay, is also fluid. Yeah, I watched that as well. The industry is very fluent, correct? Because that's why they have a lot of these different parties, these sex parties, where they be having like these big orgies, like men, women on women, men on men. Like, I had a homeboy I know, he did, I'm not gonna tell you who he was working for, but he went with his cousin to Houston, and they were security for a particular musical artist, and in a certain part of the boat that some of the other people were in, they were having orgies, and they were same sex, you know, different sex. They was just all having sex with each other. And he saw that and he just closed the door real fast and moved on. Because he was like, what the hell is this? He went on a different part of the boat. And he was like I said, he was doing security with his cousin. And he was doing it for a musical artist. And I was like, dang, that's crazy. Joshua Souls was recruited by Brent Hendricks at an industry sex party where he stripped. My God. Bob Johnson, who owned the Bobcats and Hornets. Okay, he said Brent took him as a production coordinator for a TP for Tyler Perry. My goodness. I wish you could come up here, but I know you probably don't want to. Because I got some, I want to ask you some more questions. This is very interesting to me. Although I would hate to believe that Christian, I never really been into light skinned brothers, but I kind of liked him. But I can't, I have tea. You should. Well, let me tell you this, J990. You damn sure made this live very interesting. this this is, you came in with the tea, honey, because I didn't know none of this. I mean, and see what people, and I remember watching a Christian documentary as well. I forgot on what channel it was on, but he was also a foster child and he went through a lot of abuse. I don't know, I can't remember if it was some sexual abuse, but I know it was physical abuse from some of his foster parents. So Christian has went through a lot growing up. And then sometimes when you're in this type of entertainment field and you are around different people that are very fluent, and you want to not necessarily, well, in some ways fit in, but you looking at, your money and you trying to make it in Hollywood, you'll end up doing some things that you wouldn't necessarily have done if you wasn't desperate, and some people just be desperate because hey, he's a nice looking man. He know he can get a lot of things with his looks. And I'm not saying he did. I'm just saying, it happens. Women and men do it. Tyler Perry's parties are open secrets. What does that mean? Let me see. Christian used his pretty boy privilege to advance with TP, Tyler Perry. And now he's 50 and broke. Huh. Does Tyler Perry have a type? I'm just curious. Now I watched Storm Monroe, and Storm Monroe, I guess, was saying that, what is the guy's name? Because I was gonna show a video on that. Lance, what is his name? Lance something. I can't think of his name. But he's the guy that played on, I think, 1 or 2 of Tyler Perry movies. Not everyone gets invited. Gay for the pay. That's what Diana say. Lance Gross. Yes. Lance Gross also said that I think Tyler Perry made some advances with him as well. Because Storm Monroe was covering it. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I was like, my goodness, what the hell is going on in this world? Like, I'm like this. Just be who you are. If you like men and you're a man, you just like a man. If you're a woman, you like a woman, you just be, don't be undercover. But I guess sometimes people do feel like they have to be undercover because it's frowned upon sometimes. Okay, Storm Monroe says on his community wall, just got off the phone with a former industry producer, and let's just say Christian Keys ain't lying. Also, they confirmed that they really can make it far in the business if you aren't sexually fluent, or you can't make it far in the business if you aren't sexually fluent or open-mindedly straight. Okay, the purpose of filtering are basic straights, aka heterosexuals. The hell? Gotta go back to that. Y'all look on Storm Monroe's community wall. So basically what J990 was saying, that you really do have to be fluent in order, they kind of check you out. They ask you a lot of questions, like Brian say, to see if you are fluent, whether what ways do you go. If you go multiple ways, hey, you in. If you all the way straight, we got a lane for you. But like, I'm pretty sure, and I don't want to say, I can't say I'm sure because I don't know this man, but Denzel Washington and Samuel Jackson, what y'all think about that? Like, to me, they seem like some older men, distinguished men that are heterosexual males. I'm just saying. But hey, we don't know these people. You don't know what these people be on. Undercover in the industry is very gay or bi. My goodness. Lance has a few Lambos, condos in Hollywood, expensive watches. He's paid by Tyler Perry well. My God. And he's married too. Yeah, he's married as well. So I don't know. Like I say, um this is interesting to me. Denzel's a cheater, but it's not out and has been involved in cockholes. What? Marriage means nothing. Not in the industry. Well, I can see that to be true. Denzel's a cheater. Okay. Samuel's a crackhead. I know he used to struggle with substance abuse. I don't know if he still is. I really want to know. So MJ didn't have to do nothing to be a owner. The only black one in the league. MJ, he probably sacrificed some folks. He probably sacrificed daddy. And Lord forgive me for saying that if it's wrong, but oh no, I don't put nothing past none of these folks. And if I'm wrong, I apologize, about that. But you can't never tell about these people. Denzel not going for that. He doesn't need to. Brian said no, no. All the celebrity stuff gives me a headache. Okay. Yeah. It's just really most in the industry is meth and coke. And yeah, that's what I heard. They call it what, nose candy. You shouldn't, it's evil. The theories in your chat. Well, like I said, J990 has definitely made it very interesting. I am curious, honey. He's put some tea in here, made some, and this is allegedly, because we can't really say, we don't know these people. I wasn't there, so I'm gonna just say allegedly. Gary says, but he's dealing with Bob Johnson. Selena is all I'm saying. Oh, okay. They didn't want him at first. They made sure he couldn't buy the Bobcats for years. It's taught to get in the white man's club. He's talking about MJ. Theories, huh? You think so? What do you want to know about Christian? He has behind on rent 3 months. He doesn't have grosses and drunk off of box wine. You crazy as hell. You said 3,500. Oh Lord. You definitely are funny. If nothing else, honey, I have some real giggles tonight. Please press the like button. Press the like button, J990. I appreciate you coming through. You are very interesting, and I appreciate you. Yes, I got his number if you want to call him live. I'm sipping. Oh Lord. On 1800. You crazy as hell. I don't know who you are, but you crazy as hell. And I'm loving it. Michael Jordan tried to buy it before Bob Johnson did. Oh. So now Lathan got a what? Diana, what the hell you talking about? So now Lathan got a baby with Denzel. For real, girl. I never heard of that one. I've never heard of that one. That's funny. Diana came up with the T, honey. She said she came up with J990. She said Sanaya Lathan got a baby. Now J990, is that true? Y'all are crazy. But I had a great time. I'm gonna be honest with you. J990, whoever you are, thank you for coming through with the tea. And I appreciate you for giving me that insight. You too young for that. I appreciate you for giving me the insight and all of that because like I said, I don't know anything about these people. I was hoping, I always had a little crush on Christian Keys, to be honest with you. Um, so I'm hoping that that's not true what you're saying, but damn, that sounds like the magazines that used to be in the checkout aisles. Alien gets Oprah pregnant. I remember that. Oh, what was that called? Y'all remember that? That little, was it Inquirer or something like that? It was some kind of magazine first from me. Look it up. Okay, I'm gonna look that up, Diana. Y'all know my tea's real. Yeah. So and check out Storm Monroe, because like I said, I don't know J990 if you checked out Storm Monroe, but some things he's kind of accurate on. And I don't have I heard Tasha K say anything about this situation. I need to go and check her out as well. Sanaya, baby daddy is named Montana. Oh, so she actually does have a baby. I didn't know she had a baby. I thought I just joined recent. Oh, okay. Well, guys, I had this caused a whole fiasco. I had a great time. Thank you, J990. Your tea was hilarious. And I'm looking forward to some more tea that you can give me in the future, because I'm new to this. So I'm still trying to learn how to make people interested in whatever I got to talk about. So I enjoyed you coming in here giving me some insight, honey. And if nothing else, you made me laugh. So that is very good. I'm here for Tyler Perry and Keys. That's all. Oh, okay. I know a lot. Dang. Tyler Perry and that's crazy. So have you been going to other platforms talking about telling people, like when they talking about this specific thing, are you going around telling them as well? But remember, Jason Lee's interview with Keys is this week. Oh, I hope so. I think that's pretty interesting. Let me ask you this question. Are you familiar? Jason Lee seemed to have an issue with Beyonce. There was some tea that he wants to reveal about her. And I'm kind of curious on what that is. I'm really curious on what that's about. She did something to Jason Lee. She made him mad about something. Oh yeah, I saw that J990. I saw some of his stuff too on his live. Okay. Yeah, I saw that he was going live too. Now you saying every light skinned person a colorist. I don't know that T, but Jason is a colorist. Oh, okay. Well, honey, you telling me something. But if I do another live about this, please come by. Claudia. Jason's she's a terrible, messy witch. My goodness. Well, well, well. Jason looks like he smells. Okay. Thank you. Oh my God. I need to go take a drink. I need to go give you some Jesus wine. I had a night to remember tonight. J990, you are awesome. I'm gonna go get me some Jesus wine and I'm gonna chill out and watch the Queen's Men. I gotta check this out. You have a great night, J990. You absolutely made it wonderful with your tea. Um, I really appreciate it. Guys, I appreciate everybody that came through. Thank you so much for participating in the chat. Thank you for pressing the like button. Remember, I have my memberships. That's one of the ways that you can support. And since 2024 is coming up, I'm gonna do, and I have the time. Thank you, J990. I appreciate that. trying to get up to 1,000. I want to do a lot of different type of commentary. I'm going to do a membership live too, where I do a lot of talk about a lot of more personal stuff, and things to you guys. Also, I'm going to share with you guys the interview that I did with Matthew Silly as AF. He was so kind. He wanted to interview me. Even though some people will have tried to make the interview and distort everything, it was a really good interview, and I want to share it with you guys. I think you would enjoy it, just to give a little insight about me and who I am. So I'm gonna play that this live too. You want to call Keys live? I'm kind of curious about that, Jay, but I don't know. I wish you could get him on here. That would be awesome. If I could have Christian Keys on here, that would be awesome. It would be awesome. I'm not gonna call it, man. I'm just not gonna do that. So yeah, I know you're dead serious, but I, I'm not gonna do that though. I appreciate that, because I've dealt with some people that on here that are very very evil. So I'm just very particular about doing anything on this live. It might get it hey, it might be, but because this is my first time seeing you, I'm just a little hesitant about that. I'm on his, yeah, just kind of, you need some Jesus wine too. So we're gonna call it a night tonight. We're gonna call it a night. But I do appreciate you coming through. You did make my live very fun. So that was awesome. And you get you some Jesus juice and relax and go watch the Queen's Men with me, okay? We're gonna have a good night tonight. Guys, love y'all to Reese's Pieces. I hope y'all are have a wonderful day tomorrow. And I'll probably be back live tomorrow doing something, talking about something. I'll let someone else call him on the, yeah, go ahead and do that. I don't want to bother the the guy. He looks like he's a little stressed. He needs some Jesus juice as well. So guys, y'all be blessed. And I appreciate you guys for coming through. And remember, if nobody else don't love you to Reese's Pieces. Bye. Thank you so much.